everybody, and welcome to another episode of our FM19 Journeyman. Now, before we get into today's episode, there's a couple of things I want to go over beforehand. So, first of all, I have created a little survey. It's only a short one, just to sort of assess what people think of the content and how they think we can improve it at the minute. A link to it will be in the description. It's been going around my Twitter and Discord the past few days as well. If you could respond to it and just leave any feedback you've got, it would be really appreciated. I'm just looking to improve the content, and anything you can offer, even if it's just to say everything's fine and I don't want anything to change, that would be great. It just helps me know where we're at, sort of, and what we can do better. Secondly, we've also got a new outro screen, so if you wait around until the end of the episode, you will see that. And yeah, just again, let me know what you think. I just knocked it up in a couple of minutes. It didn't take long, so it's not fantastic by any means, but I think it's practical. It does a job. So, with that all said and done, let's get into today's games, where we have Middlesbrough 14th place and Swansea 15th place. We need some wins today. Now, Middlesbrough would be expecting to play against Mark Collins, our former player, but as you can see, he's out injured. You can't actually, I'm in the way, and that sent us to the bottom of the screen, so yeah, no, you definitely can't see. Yeah, he's out injured with a twisted ankle, so yeah, he's not going to be featuring today, which is unfortunate for them, but, well, not really for us. I hate playing against former players. You saw Bastian Toma run the show a bit against Crystal Palace, so I'm glad we don't have that again. Now, if we go into our own team, you'll see that, well, things are looking relatively standard. A couple of slight worries, I guess would be the way to put it. Cedric Horn's got a little bit of a knock. There's a couple of fitness issues, especially in the centre of midfield, all of them on 91%. Choosing to go for Andrade over Doyle Hayes, I just think he's been playing well recently, and it's worth giving him some more game time. Other than that, it's all very straightforward. Now, Haryanto is starting. He's not been in the best form lately. If we just go to his reports here and pull his form up, you can see he's not scored in the past 5 games he's played. He's been not great, to be honest. Now, I have been taking him off relatively early, but you can see why, really. I mean, 6.2s, 6.3s. When we've got players like Andy Flynn knocking around on the bench, he needs to impress, and he needs to impress now. He's basically starting because of the immense run of form he had at the start of the season. He needs to get back to that, or at least start putting the ball in the net, because he's been poor, to be honest. It's not just that he hasn't been scoring, he's been poor in other factors too. So, let's get into this game against Middlesbrough, and, well, hopefully we can have a good performance, and hopefully Haryanto can too. One quick thing, by the way, sorry for the mouse desync in the last episode. I didn't pick it up until the video was already edited, and I couldn't do anything about it. But they've got Ben Chilwell. Okay. A 34-year-old Ben Chilwell, fair enough. He's definitely dropped off a fair bit, that's definitely safe to say. Would be a useful signing. He doesn't look like he would be a useful signing, but I'll take your word for it, game. Sure. Let's get calm, and let's say a team such as ours should be winning this without any problems at all. They all listen keenly, but they didn't actually react, which is not great, to be honest. They've got an early free kick. O'Shea's going to flick into the box. Brown goes up, but Vidanovic, with a great catch there, keeps it out. That was a bit dangerous, but this might be continuing. Our centre-halves are in some good space, but, well, we do manage to find Roscoe. Can we get a good ball forward? Well, we just play it short. We're working it patiently here. No rush on the ball at all. Taking our time, definitely. Chesnikov's here. He's got Reed on his right, but he goes for Andrade. It looks like there's a man over in space on the left-hand side, and, well, Gonzalez wasn't the man I was looking at, but he's the man he's gone for. He puts it into the box, but Brown heads clear. Chesnikov gets again. Edge of the area, runs forward to Bayliss, who passes it across to him, strikes, and it just goes wide. Goes out for their goal kick. It was a decent effort and a well-worked chance, but couldn't even get it on target. Well, there's finally another highlight. 42 minutes into the game. It's been a drab first half so far as Chesnikov's on it. There's a man on his right. Is he going to give it to him? Horn on the ball. Goes for the cross to the back stick. Haryanto gets it. And as we said before the game, he needed to impress, and Haryanto scores his 9th of the season. Assisted by Cedric Horn. It's a great ball into the box, to be fair, and Haryanto, in a very odd position for a striker, it's safe to say, but it was a good one. Nonetheless, he's in so much space here. I don't know what he's doing out on the left wing, but it's a decent finish as well. The keeper there making an absolute meal of it, just sort of didn't really know what he was doing, but late into the first half, it puts us 1-0 up, and that's never a bad time to score. At least there's been a couple more shots sort of on the back end of it. There was only 2 shots going up into that first highlight, so yeah, not great, but let's passionately say I'm pleased how things are going and just get stuck straight into this second half. No changes necessary, I don't think, so, well, hopefully we can keep seeing more of the same. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I want to see some highlights, not more of the same. Free kick to them. This isn't the type of highlight I was talking about unless we can win this ball back. Starmer is on it, knocks across to Cook, and we really need this ball. O'Shea has just absolutely rounded our defenders, takes the shot, but Vidanovic, well, it's no trouble for him at all. He just picks it up, and that was an odd highlight. It wasn't a particularly threatening shot. Decent, well-worked attack, but really, that's it? 67 minutes into the game, and I'm bringing Jastrzemski on for Gonzalez, who's having a relatively poor game out there, and I'm going to go for McGee on for Bayliss as well. Again, just not having the best matches, and there's no reason to keep them out there. Gary Reid is also a little bit low, but I want to save a sub maybe for Doyle Hayes, maybe in the centre of the park, so I think this will be okay for now. Well, there is a highlight here. We get tackled and they're on the ball. Stabelos is on it, knocks across to Rober. And, well, they've managed to find the ball once again, and it's a good, well-worked chance here. O'Shea's in the box, strikes, but once again, Vidanovic, great save. Excellent, solid keeper, really. He just doesn't really make any stupid errors. He just does what he's expected to do. Reid heads clear, but it only finds the edge of the box, but Stabelos strikes over. And he's still 1-0 to us. It's definitely tentative. It's certainly not calm yet at all. As Jastrzemski misses a challenge, they're back in possession. O'Shea running forward, strikes, and once again, well claimed by Vidanovic, who is, well, it's safe to say, having a very good game, as there is once again another highlight. This is getting extremely worrying. Gustavo there makes, well, he doesn't do well, but he does do well the second time. Giving it to McGee nicely, to Jastrzemski on the left, forward to Reid, who strikes, and that's 2-0. Gary Reid doubling our lead there. Gary Reid doubling our lead. That's nice to say. The wingers assisting each other. Well, one of them scored, but you know what I mean. It's still a strange highlight, really. Gustavo gave the ball away poorly from a bad header, but then reclaimed it very well. And we just had so many men forward. The wingers being on an attacking duty is just creating so much space for us in the box. If we can get in behind fullbacks, so many times we just end up in 4v2s, and it just allows for an extremely easy chance. As well, speaking of chances, it looks like they might have one of their own. As they flick into the box, Horn tries to go up, can't get to it. Vidanovic saves the first, but can't save the second. And no sooner do we go 2 goals up, they pull it back to 1. And, well, no safety yet. 12 minutes left to play. And it's a very narrow lead once again. This was, I don't know, it's Horn, isn't it? Like, you can't really expect him to be winning headers. It's not his job. It's a good first save from Vidanovic, but he can't keep the second one out. And I don't think you can really fault him for that, to be honest. But it's a shame to throw the lead away that quickly. Well, not the lead, but the cushion. And I'm going to make a late change. 82 minutes into the game. Gary Reid's gone from a 6.3 to an 8.3, all because he scored a goal. That's very strange. But Doyle Hayes is going to come on for Andrade. He's on that yellow card, and that's just worrying me a little bit. Going to go for a, I don't know, deep line playmaker on defend. I'm going double DLPs. And let's just sit back a little bit, to be honest. Let's just keep it safe. Well, we're into added time. There is literally seconds left to play. We've got a throw-in in our own half. And it looks like we're going to wrap this up. I just want to see the game end, preferably. They have got the ball. We're over the allotted time, which is worrying, because it might be continuing. Jastrzemski with a great challenge. They've still got the ball. There we go. The game finally ends. Full time. 2-1 to us. It was closer than I thought it should have been, really. That was not an easy game, but also at no point, though, did we really look like faltering. They had a few chances towards the start of the second half where Vidanovic was really keeping us in it, but, well, they just couldn't finish was their main issue. They had a lot of shots, but they just couldn't put them in, and if we're going to win games like that, I'm not going to complain too much. It's important to be able to win when you're not at your best, and I think that was a really good example of it, and it keeps us top of the table, and we've actually got a 3-point gap. Blackburn's still to play, but at least we're putting some distance between us and some of these other teams. So here we are then for game number 2 against Swansea, again in a similar position to where Middlesbrough were in the last game, but that certainly wasn't a safe result, so we can't take it too much for granted. So, one change to the side. Doyle Hayes comes into the centre of midfield. Andrade picked up a minor injury, but he's okay to play. I've gave him some injections and he can get through this game and then he'll be back for the next one. But I'm keeping him to a bench role. I don't want to injure him. I don't want to aggravate it. It's not worth the risk, really, especially when we've got, 3 good central midfielders. Just swap them out. It makes sense. Other than that, we're all looking very good. Roscoe's a bit low on fitness, but not majorly. So, yeah, it's looking quite nice. Cedric Horn's over his injury. It's all very good. Let's get stuck in. Let's submit the team. Hopefully another 3 points. We've won our last 4 and unbeaten in 8 in the league. So it's going pretty well. That's definitely safe to say. They come out with a 4-4-2. Same as us. It's fairly standard, isn't it, to be honest? I expect nothing but a win aggressively. A lot of players like to hit 5 players. Oh, that's decent by our standards this season. We've not had very good team talk. So no complaints about that one. Their keeper's just picked up a yellow card in the first 2 minutes of the game. And I really want to know what happened, but it decided not to tell me. Well, there is an early highlight. I was going to go attacking early on here, but let's see how this plays out first. As they are coming down the left-hand side, we need this ball back. We can't be giving them early chances. We are forcing them back. That is a good ball into the box. They tried to knock across and do so well. They've just rounded all of our defence. That is a very good strike while we're at it too, on the turn, but that puts us 1-0 down 14 minutes into the game. That is... I mean, poor defensively is an understatement. We've got this mosh pit of about 5 players and he just runs around them and then strikes perfectly into the corner. That is an excellent finish there and well deserving of the lead at the minute. But like I said, we're going to go attacking early on. Let's get off of this balanced approach and let's go and push for some goals. They've got a highlight, just telling them to get creative because we're just not seeing a lot. And well, maybe this is what we're doing. Gonzalez is on it, across to Chesnikov. Can we please find a chance and hopefully equalise before this gets too silly as, well, we're trying to work forward. That's not a good ball. And they've got the ball back. Doyle Hayes there with Chesnikov with a dreadful ball forward. Let's attribute it to the right person. They've scored again. Josh Jones with his second of the game and it's 2-0. What? Okay, for some reason we've decided to have one of the worst defensive displays we've had all season. I mean, that is dreadful. Burkhart is his name? Yeah, he just pulls us so far out of position. We've got Roscoe so far out, and then Armstrong just can't reach the ball. Jones with, well, point-blank shot, to be honest, if he can't have missed. That's, not good. Another highlight, and to be honest, I'm scared. They've got the ball, play it forward, Burkhart's on it. And well, they're coming forward once again. They try for the cross. Jones again. Fortunately, this time he hits it wide. He can't get his hat-trick in the first half. Well, at least not yet. As they strike once more, Vidanovic pushes it out. Is that going to be all we see of this highlight? Yes, it is, as there is some goal line technology going off, which was blatantly not over the line. But this is dreadful. Well, we're getting battered. It's 2-0. We've barely seen a highlight in our favour, and we haven't seen a shot on goal. Let's show a bit of desire. You don't look like a team that wants to win. There we go. That seemed to fire them up a little bit. And then I'm just going to go for a double change. I'm bringing on Flynn for Haryanto and Andrade for Chesnikov. Switch Doyle Hayes and Chesnikov, or Andrade around, sorry. And let's get underway. Let's start this second half and hopefully have a better performance. We can score 3 goals. I'm not worried about that, but we need to step up to be able to do it. We've got a throw-in. It's deep in our own half, but Horn finds Doyle Hayes with it. Is this going to be the start of an attack? And well, if we can get a first goal back here, there's still everything to play for. As we play forward to Bayliss, there's a man in the centre, but Bayliss strikes himself. Can't put it in the net, can't put it past the keeper. Flynn was available and he just chose not to give it to him. That's disappointing to see. Show some passion. Come on, let's... Oh, God, Doyle Hayes has took a nasty knock as well. That's not a good sign. We're nearly 70 minutes in and I'm just going to make a final change and bring on Bannon for Gary Reid and just hopefully... we need to at least push for an equaliser. Well, 2 goals to get the equaliser. You know what I mean. This is awful. Well, they've got a throw-in, and unless we manage to win this ball back, it looks like we're going to be picking up a handy defeat. They strike wide, but it's still highlights for them. And if that's the chance we're going to see, I'm worried about the ones that we don't, to be honest, because that was not even remotely close. We've had 10 shots on target, and have we seen any of them? I think we've seen 1 from Bayliss, and that's about it. We do have the ball. There's 2.5 minutes left to play of regular time, and we still need 2 goals. Certainly not impossible, but it's not looking likely. We try to find Bayliss with the ball forward. He gets onto it, flicks in to the back post. Gonzalez strikes, and we do pull 1 back. It's 2-1. A couple of minutes left to play. We aren't out of this yet. This is one of the worst performances we've had all season, easily. We've just not seen much at all. Bayliss does beat his man there to the ball, though, very well. It's a good ball over the top as well, and Gonzalez with a nice, tidy finish. It's still to play for. Hopefully we can actually turn this around and find, well, at least a second goal, if nothing else. 5 minutes of added time, and it's just flown by. We've seen, hold on, we've got a late corner. Gonzalez flicks into the box. They head clear. Horn gets on the end of it, though. He's just on the edge of the box. Can he find a pass forward or a ball in? He finds Doyle Hayes. We're trying to work something. Horn back on the ball. Goes for a cross. It's blocked, but Andrade on it. Flicks out wide. Back to Horn. On the right-hand side. Goes for the cross. Bayliss goes up. Heads over. Oh, great opportunity for a late equaliser, but we just waste it. We just miss it. And this is going to be full-time, and it's going to be a 2-1 defeat to Swansea. Well, I said the last result wasn't safe, and we can't take it for granted. And, well, we didn't. Josh Jones with an absolutely outstanding game. A 19-year-old striker having a performance like that. I mean, he looks very good. Don't get me wrong. He looks like an excellent player, but, wow, he's good, isn't he? That was ridiculous game, really. That was dreadful from us, but very, very convincing from them. It's got to be said. Far from pleased with the result, and well, let's see what this leaves the table looking like. So that actually knocks us not only out of the top spot, but out of the automatic spots altogether, thanks to our goal difference dropping down below Derby's. We're in third. genuinely don't know how that one's happened. I mean, it is extremely tight. We're 1 point behind Blackburn, who are currently top of the table. And then there's Derby, us, Ipswich and Cardiff, who are all very much in this competition. There's a decent gap between us and dropping out of the playoffs. So a 7-point gap, only 16 games in, which isn't too terrible at all. But I can't believe we've dropped out of the top 2, if I'm being honest, but we're still within reach to push back into it. And with the games we've got coming up, Fulham and West Brom are a good side, but Fulham, bottom of the league, that is an excellent opportunity to bounce back from this poor performance, really. And I think we do need to assess the squad a little bit and maybe make a couple of changes. So here we are then, the new outro screen. Like I said, it's simple, but it's effective, and I think it does a decent job of conveying the information which it needs to. So above me, you can see a link to the Discord and to the Twitter, and over on my left, you can see the other members of FM Creators, the content team which I am a part of. Check them out, there's some great content creators in there, and well, tomorrow's video will be up at 5:30, or you can subscribe to get that into your feed, whichever you prefer. Follow the Twitter and join the Discord through the links above. And yeah, like I said, vote on the survey, or take the survey, which is linked in the description. I'll put it in the comments, it's on my Twitter, it's in the Discord, wherever you need to find it, it's there. And yeah, let me know, give me some feedback, let's see how we can improve this. And well, I will catch you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, and goodbye.